Okay, I'm trying to check. Okay, well it's on there. Okay, well why is it sounding so low? Check, check, check. Check, check. Okay, well we'll just turn that up. All right, folks, I'm here trying to unscramble my brain, but I'm not probably going to be able to accomplish that right now because I still can't see the point clearly enough. What is there to talk about? What interests me? I could just go here. Well,
At the moment of his most
let's see if
excruciating pain and agony, nailed to wooden crossbeam, he prays, Father, forgive them, for they know not what they do. But fourthly, and most importantly, 3 days after he dies, he physically bodily rises from the dead, and over a period of 40 days, he appears to over 500 people who see him different times, different places, risen from the dead, Paul records in 1 Corinthians 15.
I'm proud to be partnering with my very good friend Lee Greenwood.
Oh my God, stop.
Why Christianity? There's so many denominations out there, and to be able to put your foot down on one, especially when they all have such positive teachings, for the most part, it's just so hard for me. So why Christianity is the question.
All right. The historical evidence is Jesus lived a sinless life. He never sinned once. In John chapter 8, he could look into the faces of his enemies and say, which one of you can prove me guilty of sin? And his enemies
so
were silent.
what does that mean?
Secondly, he taught amazing ethical teachings that I think all of us respect highly.
Like?
The Sermon on the Mount, Matthew chapters 5, 6, and 7.
Okay,
Thirdly,
basics.
you watch him die. At the moment of his most excruciating pain and agony, nailed to wooden crossbeam,
now
he prays, Father, forgive them, for they know not what they do.
Okay,
But fourthly,
all right.
and most importantly, 3 days after he dies, he physically bodily rises from the dead,
We're
and over a
ignorant.
period of 40 days, he appears to over
Absolute.
500 people who
Okay,
see him
see.
different times, different.
Okay, well, these are stories, of course, and it would be neat if it was true, and I'm not saying it's not true. I'm just saying, get to the point. What is it that you're saying? I mean, I'm not putting anybody down or putting Jesus down, but who gave him a corner on the market? I mean, isn't there others that actually were awakened people and did miraculous things? Well, yeah. It's just the Israelite Jewish, I guess. I don't know if they're the same thing or not. The Bible, in other words, it's from the Jews, right? Hebrews. So their story is more acceptable to people that are calling themselves Christians now, even though it's the Christianity, the thing that Jesus brought, made the old Jewish religion blasé if they didn't accept Jesus Christ as the fulfillment of the law somehow, however that is, because he was perfect. Okay, so there's a point to prove, I guess. Well, and that's why I keep asking, get to the point. What the heck, And as I start to unveil what my mind is thinking about it, it sounds like I'm going to be saying the same thing that they are saying. That we have to somehow make this almost like a dedication or a dedication. I dedicate myself. Well, there's a prayer that you do when you want to experience Christ coming into your heart and opening up your mind and seeing the light, which is kind of a thing that lights up your being so that you feel certainty that you've been touched by some being of higher intelligence / power / from somewhere else. And it's not physical. And it's not just an image. It seems to carry with it a transformative energy and the thoughts that it presents then become convincing. And pretty soon it's like, well, okay, let's just get down on our hands and knees and pray. And I guess I could do the prayer, right? Well, I'm telling you, whoa, wait, wait about doing that. I mean, it can change your life. I mean, totally. It did me when I was 15. It happened, on a road in the middle of the desert. And believe it or not, isn't that something? I was 15. I think I just turned 15. And I had run away and was living on the streets in Salt Lake City, was one place. And I managed to survive, without contaminating myself to the point of becoming ensnared, with addictions and seeking. So anyway, I left that journey that it took me to the streets. I had to steal for a living. So I would steal products or find them somehow. I didn't even know. There were people that stole. You could get the stuff they stole and sell it and then trade the money or something. So I didn't hardly do much of that, though. In fact, it's almost like it was just everybody around me was doing it. But how did I get money? Well, I know. I sold their stuff. Yeah, that's a weird thing, trying to say, hey, anybody needs a TV, and that means you have to get up, go do something, talk to somebody. Hey, you looking for a TV over there? And where am I? Do I go downtown in the middle of the city on the streets? No. So, it was tough making a living. I don't know how. I stayed with some heroin addicts, and they managed to get stoned every day. And there was a, $40 shot. And that's just a minimum. That's the daily dose that brings them back to that feeling. Nothing to worry about. Yeah, well, man, it feels good. No more pain. And so that's why it becomes addictive. Now, that's a good point. The drug creates this feeling of acceptance. The judgment falls back or away. Now, the only judgment remaining is that you shouldn't have done the drugs, and yet the drugs seem to free you from the experience of the condemned human life. So yeah, on the way back through the desert, and I did find an experience that opened my heart and mind. And I guess it is a conviction of Jesus was a man that lived, just like that little short clip we just looked at, and talked to thousands of people. And they all gathered around, and we'd be saying these basic things, though. But maybe they just seem basic to me, because I've been a Christian for years and years and years, and looked at that and whatever, got stuck with that smugness that I'm talking about. That smugness. I even went door to door, knocking, hey, come on down and, get indoctrinated with these thoughts and ideas. And thoughts become more respected the larger it becomes, So we've got a religion, we're worldwide, and we basically have the truth. We know what the truth is. Well, what is the truth? That Jesus came and died for us, and here we go around in the loop. And so and not that I'm tired of the story. It's just the smugness doesn't. And it's not even a smugness, especially once you're born again. You're like, wow, your mind is electrified in the power of it. There's some kind of logic to the mind, or something happens in the mind that becomes delivered from confusion. Yeah, it's like a light goes on, and it has Jesus' name in it. Yeah. Okay, well, what words now can we do without creating division? And what words are we waiting for? What is there to do? Do I have to do anything? What did I just learn? What does that mean? So I'm still stuck in my chair, you know? Although back then, you know, there wasn't an excuse to get stuck in the chair. So you have found the truth. I found the truth. It was pretty obvious, pretty clear. Somehow my heart and my mind were together in that Kool-Aid with the sauce in it that makes you feel really good. Hey man, that's great. What is that stuff? Hey, you know, come on over. I got something good to drink. You know, there's that one. Yeah, I think something has happened to my mind, and I'm no longer the same as I was, let's say 6 months ago. I've sensed a change in my ability to remember things, which we could say is an onset of dementia. See, kind of like that. I can't even think a thought through. I got to work through it, get the darn thing to work. But I had the sentence come to me, or the thought that said that it would open other doors in the mind to allow great creative, deep thinking, momentous, revelatory experiencing. And I guess where my mind is confused is I just can't do it like that. I wasn't born in the South. I don't have an accent. I can't go, Jesus said, Is that because we hear it on the Southern TV? I just find that to no longer touch me in a way that made all these preacher guys. I mean, man, they bit the dust. From the 60s, they were really kicking hiney, and thousands of people all over everywhere making big money and buying yachts and boats, things like that, because they got rich and famous, all of them in the 60s and 70s. But then at some point, they started biting the dust and no longer were Christians. And, that's not necessarily true. Let me change something here. I'm just so not wanting to look at this guy anymore. I'm sorry, I'm doing that. Why am I doing that? I'm getting rid of me? No, I'm going to get rid of him and see what else there is to look at. Oh, boy. Wow. See, so a particular distaste for that smugness. And yet I could easily do it too. I've been in the same boat. Maybe now I'm seeing how others might have seen me back then. I mean, even in the middle part of my spiritual path, which really took me out of the bounds of the bubble of the Jehovah's Witnesses at that time, even though I was with the Jesus people before the witnesses, and the born-again experience happened, of course, with the Jesus movement, and I learned the forms of the Jesus people and had a whole new perspective of how to deal with my going to school now. Now that I was back in my hometown and going to go to school, but I had been changed. I had been changed into a person wanting to talk about Jesus or the Jesus people, or, hey, let's learn something. Let's talk. You know anything about it? That kind of thing. So, going to meetings and associating with other Christians and all that, and you build up this knowledge base of biblical things, or people having interesting experiences that give them insights into their lives. And usually it's something that brings about a gratefulness and a sharing of something that's bringing gratefulness. And a thought that this is the truth. I have the truth. And almost not a belittlement, but if you haven't got the kind of religion I got, then you are misled. Then I'm going to have to talk you into a superior form of religion. And this is where I'm having so much difficulty now in my life. This is tough to find exactly what to hold on to anymore. The miracles, when they happen, and I have weird stuff happen. I've had ever since I've gone through all that stuff. There's weird stuff that happens, and woo, amazing, cool, and I gotta should have some music going. Why? Well, that's going to be my next feature then, is how to get music in my broadcasting. I know how to do it. I just can push a button like this and then and just hit a button. Well, yeah. Facebook. Yeah, Facebook. That could be I don't think I'm broadcasting anyway, so it doesn't even matter. But I'm having to learn to be able to be as if I'm a broadcaster. I got a talk show. I've got a discography of music that I play from on SoundCloud. And I love to do psychic reading. You call and go, Dan, I need you to look at something and tell me what you think, but it's invisible. I can't see it, so hopefully you can see it. And so I can look and I'll see if I can see it. And if I can see it, I'll allow my mind to promulgate some meaningful encounter with it. And we'll share that for a while. And you may go, oh, well, I know what you're looking at now. I can see that. But there's only one point I got about that, is it should be like this. And instead of that, I think you're missing the point, Dan. And I go, oh, you're challenging me? Yeah, absolutely. Come on. I felt hesitant that I was challenging the Christian ethic when I was a Christian for, quite a few years, 12 years, I think, let's just say. And I'm still I'm probably not the typical Christian. I was always a bad boy, and so I'm repenting all the time. I repented a lot. But there were times in my life I started to feel solid about not being so judgmental about sinning. Oh my gosh. Sinning. Yeah, sinning. And when you have a perfect being, that never lets you really see what makes a perfect being be perfect. And what is all this temptation, things that are good and bad. Oh, that's bad. And yet, why is so many people doing it? I mean, we got the Illuminati, being naughty. Then that's the truth, too. I mean, if you want to talk about breaking all the laws of assumptive reality, that reality is such that doing murder, and I can name off a list of things that are all just very, very ugly. And that ugly that I'm talking about is with beings, people that are really disgusting. Yeah, very disgusting. Very, very disgusting. Oh my gosh. Let's see. Oh, there it is. Okay, boom, boom. I'm going to try to get online here instead of just looking at that silly thingamajig. Well, now, okay, this is it. I'm now. What? Oh boy. Somebody trying to. I don't get it. I don't even know. I'm confused. Get your saved passwords in any app with one tap. And then you don't realize how much it's going to cost you later. It's like, oh my God, I can't believe it. A ding. Another ding for $25, where you just bought these pills to, make you better, feel better, and ends up being a $49 or a $69 charge. Now that I'm getting the realization of what I was wanting to be doing, what I was spending all my time trying to develop. See, I wasn't totally clear about who I was or where I'm going, but I guess when you're born again or something, you become at least aware of some sense of truth or awakeness. Oh, it's about love. Okay, it's about love. You get that. It's about love, and it's about surrender, I think. Surrender. Oh, well, what am I just supposed to surrender to some pedophile movie star agent that is manipulating women to get what he wants? Is that the kind of ugliness and horror that we're talking about? Yes, it is. That's one of them. What about those parties they have, the rich people? The rich people that call themselves the Illuminati, these families where in the early days ended up accumulating a lot of money and control, and now they control the world. Like they got on their fingers, they are attached with cords that run out like a spider web, and they pull all the punches. Oh, you want to have money? Well, not in our world. You will always be a smaller fish in the ocean because we have trillions of dollars. Most humans barely have $100 in the bank. And the far greater majority of humanity has far less, or even a bank account. There's more people that don't have a bank account that have a bank account. I wonder if that's true. Now, that's an assumption. Isn't that something? I'm pulling knowledge out of that I can't verify. But it sounded good, didn't it? It sounded really good. I liked it. But I'm sick of looking at that picture. I want something more beautiful. I just want something more beautiful. Okay, well, okay, beautiful. Let's just see if there's something beautiful. And Putin. We got Putin. We got Putin. Yeah. Putin. And then we're just going to go to 4. Yeah. Okay, well, now we're going to just start fooling around. See what we got. Now, this should be playing. If it's playing, we got
Obama during this Kamala Harris administration. It changed my opinion of that guy.
I don't understand how we got so toxic, so divided, and so bitter. And
He said he wanted generals like Adolf Hitler had. Donald Trump said that.
Did you have a high opinion of him before?
Yeah, I did just as an intelligent person, a statesman. He's probably like caught up in the system. It's very difficult to make real meaningful change. You think you're going to do something, and then you get into office, and you're like, oh, God, what a quagmire this place is. But watching him just straight up lie about Trump.
The childish nicknames, the crazy conspiracy theories, this weird obsession with crowd sizes.
The thing that got me was that very fine people thing, the white supremacist thing. They just kept trying to say that he was a racist.
when he's not complaining, he's trying to sell you stuff. You're running for president and you're hawking merchandise. Gold sneakers, $100,000 watch. Why are you selling the watch? What are you doing?
Which is this thing that I think worked in like 2017. I don't think it works anymore. I don't think people believe it anymore. We've gotten numb to all this stuff. Obama during this Kamala Harris administration, it changed my opinion of that guy.
I don't understand how we got so toxic, so divided, and so bitter. And
He said he wanted generals like Adolf Hitler had. Donald Trump said that.
Did you have a high opinion of him before?
Yeah, I did just as an intelligent person, a statesman. He's probably like caught up in the system. It's very difficult to make real meaningful change. You think you're going to do something, and then you get into office, and you're like, oh, God, what a quagmire this place is. But watching him just straight up lie about Trump.
The childish nicknames, the crazy conspiracy theories, this weird obsession with crowd sizes.
The thing that got me was that very fine people thing, the white supremacist thing. They just kept trying to say that he was a racist.
when he's not complaining, he's trying to sell you stuff. You're running for president and you're hawking merchandise. Gold sneakers, $100,000 watch. Why are you selling the watch? What are you doing?
Which is this thing that I think worked in like 2017. I don't think it works anymore. I don't think people believe it anymore. We've gotten numb to all this stuff. Obama during this Kamala Harris administration, it changed my opinion of that guy.
I don't understand how we got so toxic, so divided, and so bitter. And
He said he wanted generals like
You
wear Queers for Palestine t-shirts and masks 2 years after
the lies that are out there that just get started by like Camel and what's his face. And I did respect him the same. In fact, the guy I've identified with him that was saying what he was saying. And so that's what we're looking for, is people that we can relate to. And so we listen to information, and then we evaluate it, and then share our evaluations. That's what happens. Here's
pandemic ended. And you can't define woman, I mean person who menstruates. You're the teachers' union education party, and you've turned schools and colleges into a joke. What a shocker that the people who see everything through the lens of race and sex see their election loss as a result of racism and sexism. Kamala spent 100 days telling voters, I know it feels like crime and illegal immigration are bad, but fuck your feelings. Look at this chart. Have you seen my "In this house we believe" lawn sign? See, it says right on it, we believe in science. Right, which is why you demanded no one even debate whether COVID could have escaped from the one lab in the one city where they were studying it. How far-fetched. Democrats have become like a royal family that, because of so much incest, has unfortunately had children who are retarded. You wear Queers for Palestine t-shirts and masks 2 years after the pandemic
what I was
ended.
saying.
Obama during this...
That was exactly what I said.
My co-workers
That's
laughed at
the
me when I said
miracle
I
I'm
quit my
talking
9 to
about.
5 by trading just one
So
Digicoin
there's an
a week.
overlap,
But when they
and
saw
other
my
people's
accounts,
thinking
all of a sudden,
overlapping,
they're all
and,
jealous.
things
Eight-figure
that we
trader Scott
experience,
Phillips here. And today I'm going to
happening
demonstrate
on
how you
multiple
can trade
layers.
just
There are
one coin
coincidences.
once a week for monster gains. Forget about being glued to your monitor all day or searching through thousands of Digicoins, trying to find the...
At this point, comedians don't even need to write jokes anymore.
What I love about Texas is that you guys are like proud to be American. Because the first time I came to America, I went to Seattle. Very different vibe. I go to Seattle, I'm hyped. I'm ready to get off the plane. I watch Saving Private Ryan back to back 3 times. I'm ready to shoot somebody. And then I get to Seattle, everybody walks around. Every bitch I met had like green hair. Every conversation I had in Seattle, they were all like, you know, America is built on a racist agenda. Who gives a f? You're here on the winning side. If you don't like America, go check out Ukraine. Try to get an oatmeal latte in downtown Kiev, you ungrateful. If you don't like America, give me your passport.
At this point, comedians don't even need to write jokes anymore.
What I love about Texas is that you guys are like proud to be American. Because the first time I came to America, I went to Seattle. Very different vibe. I go to Seattle, I'm hyped. I'm ready to get off the plane. I watch Saving Private Ryan back to back 3 times. I'm ready to shoot somebody. And then I get to Seattle, everybody walks around. Every bitch I met had like green hair. Every conversation I had in Seattle, they were all like, you know, America is built on a racist agenda. Who gives a f? You're here on the winning side. If you don't like America, go check out Ukraine. Try to get an oatmeal latte in downtown Kiev, you ungrateful. If you don't like America, give me your passport.
At this point, comedians don't even need to write jokes anymore.
What I love about Texas is that you guys are like proud to be American. Because the first time I came to America, I went to Seattle. Very different vibe. I go to Seattle, I'm hyped. I'm ready to get off the plane. I watch Saving Private Ryan back to back 3 times. I'm ready to shoot somebody. And then I get to Seattle, everybody walks around. Every bitch I met had like green hair. Every conversation I had in Seattle, they were all like, you know, America is built on a racist agenda. Who gives a f? You're here on the
easiest takedown in jiu-jitsu. So I'll tell you what's hard. What's hard is getting a double leg and going through his sprawl. Single leg and having him hop all over the place and looking for different ways to finish it. Anything waist down is really hard against a good wrestler who knows how to sprawl, who has strong hips and knows what they're doing. So what I like to do, the easiest way I take people down is I come in, always on the inside, never on the outside. So if he has the insides of my biceps, this is never gonna work. So I always come inside and I grab the neck with my lead leg arm, right? So my lead leg right now is my right arm grabs. So I always wanna get the insides and I swim in and I make a meat hook, cobra hook on his neck. Forearm against his chest so I can push and I can pull. Hey, I want that control. And if he shoots on me, it's a wall, it's a block. I do this every time I wrestle. It's the same side as the lead leg. So if my right leg's forward, my right arm's around his neck. I don't want to do this. Yeah, I want to do this. So all I'm doing is I'm pushing into him and then I'm pulling his head down across my body into this guillotine position. So it works so often, I don't ever see it coming. So from here, once it's under my armpit, my other hand goes around his arm, not in front of it, but underneath it. And I lock up a grip. Now, what is he gonna do? If he tries shooting on me, it's an easy sprawl. If he tries grabbing my wrists, that's what I want, because now he doesn't have a base. So all I'm gonna do, I'm not just gonna sprawl, I'm gonna sprawl in a circle. And I always go towards the underhook. And now they're down. So now from here, I decide what I wanna do. I can go for submissions, or I can go to the back. And I almost always go to the back from here. I start looking for back takes. So real speed. That's going to be your path of least resistance on a good wrestler. And for more wrestling for BJJ, check out my BJJ takedown blueprint. All you got to do is type in takedown in the comments. I'll shoot you a link. The easiest takedown in jiu-jitsu. So
wow,
I'll tell you what's hard. What's hard is getting a double leg.
That is groovy stuff. Man, I got to save that. Not that when am I ever going to use it, let alone be with somebody that I'm going to learn it with, you know. I got to go pay somebody, hey, let's watch these videos and learn to do all this stuff. And then it's like you're going to have to attract somebody coming to kick your ass. And then you're going to want it. Come on, let me show you something, you know. And then, oops, I'm too old now, you know. It doesn't matter. He's so fast. It's like I'm like that, and I'm already unconscious. Yeah, no, it's not really. But I think I'm intrigued. Well, you know, because we want to be able to be dominant in our reality. We don't want to walk around afraid. Oh, yeah, I don't know what's going on. Do you? You know, that kind of thing. You're not angry, are you? Well, of course they're angry, but maybe they're confused. Maybe they don't know themselves either. They have no clue what they're doing here. They're lost. And we're all learning to just cope with this sea of consciousness. And I'm saying don't be snub, or what's that word? Stud. Don't try to be somebody. Just be yourself as you explore the whole thing. Explore the whole thing. Yeah, but tonight we've been talking about the smugness. That's the word. Smugness. Smugness is, yes, I have the truth, the absolute truth. And if you're not willing to read my little prayer and then say the kind of things that show that you've submitted your life in the way that I'm telling you you should submit your way of life, then Dan, I can't help you because you're lost and you're lost. And then, of course, I retort back, well, wait a minute. Aren't we all lost? Aren't we all just trying to listen to what leads us on? Aren't we all trying to just discover what's happening here? It's so amazing. It's so, wow, what are we doing? How did we get here? All these questions. I don't need somebody to go, oh, well, if you don't follow the biblical first chapter of Genesis and accept that there was an order that some guy wrote down 6,000 some years ago or less, 6,000 years, or maybe it was 4,000. No, it was probably 6,000 years. 6,000 years ago, somebody wrote down. Now, did they have some kind of connection to anything but another probably note that they had written on some thing that you barely could see or read by the time they read it? Or maybe you took care of it, so that sacredness, that respect for sacredness leads to a way of being. And so that seems to be of great value. But again, I'm going, the smugness. I just don't want to hear that again. There's something so phony about it that they don't know what the truth is. But as soon as I look at it, I don't know what the truth is. I just know it's not that. I do remember certain things about truth, though, that stand up under all this fire, I think. But you know what? I'm going to have to contemplate it and think about it and see what comes. I mean, I used to have a lot of certainty. And I think that now what I'm getting is information about being in the moment and being in the moment with an open mind and observing what is, seeing what is and responding to what is. And then I see people responding in all sorts of ways, and it gets all pretty confusing. Like here, we just watched that video with that guy, Now, this is the way I handle people, and he's got the moves. I don't want to lose that one. That's like, he has got the moves. I could make a WhatsApp of all the videos I like. I'm going to have to figure out how to take all these videos that I get that I like and easily set them up, and not forget.
You seen this? This modified RX-9 Hellfire missile? This thing is insane. America's secret ninja bomb.
Oh my God.
So there's no explosive in the front of it. It gets deployed using an existing platform, but rather than having an explosive payload, 6 razor-sharp swords come out the side of it and just turn human flesh into smoothies. Look at what it does to a car.
Oh my God.
So there was this dude, supposedly one of the masterminds behind 9/11. They'd done surveillance on this guy, and every morning he'd come out and drink his coffee on his balcony. So they just timed 2 of those things. Comes out, and that's it. There's no explosion, there's no nothing, and this guy just gets turned into dust. It's so precise that you need to know which seat of the car the bad dude's in. It only propels for the first 2 seconds, and then after that it's just using fins, so it works out the trajectory. So there's not even the sound of engine coming toward you. It's just silence, and then blades and death. You seen this? This modified RX-9 Hellfire missile? This thing is insane.
Okay,
America's
here's life.
secret ninja bomb.
Here's life after I'm asking those questions.
So there's no explosive in the front of it. It gets deployed using an existing platform. But rather than having an explosive payload, 6 razor-sharp swords come out the side of it and just turn human flesh into smoothies. Look at what it does to a car.
Oh, God.
So there was this dude, supposedly one of the masterminds behind 9/11. They'd done surveillance on this guy.
This
Every
is
morning
reality,
he'd come out and
folks.
drink his coffee on his balcony. So they just timed 2 of those things. Comes out, and that's it. There's no explosion, there's no nothing, and this guy just gets turned into dust. It's so precise that you need to know which seat of the car the bad dude's in. It only propels for the first 2 seconds, and then after that it's just using fins, so it works out the trajectory. So there's not even the sound of engine coming toward you. It's just silence, and then blades and death. You seen this?
Man. Okay, well, there's life, okay? So that's and that's very important that we saw that, because when I'm saying there's a smugness, and I don't see it as much anymore, I don't think, but I have sometimes people telling me that I'm on the wrong path, and that they're on the right path now because they've accepted Jesus as their Lord. And it's like, well, dude, I did that 50, 60 years ago? Yes, my God, over 60 years ago I did that. And I don't regret it. And it was all part of opening up to spiritual thinking, which is this awareness of other dimensions added to your dimension of, go find food, go hit a creature, kill, eat. Now what are we doing? What am I doing here anyway? I'm eating food. Wow, that's weird. There's a way of questioning that I'm thinking, or I'm saying, that took me on my journey, that I did leave behind things like the smugness. And now I'm not judging anybody, but but in a sense I am. And I wasn't part of that. Is that there's a lot of sinning going on in the Christian faith. And even if it isn't going on, it's in the thoughts. Because reality is like what we've just got done seeing, and it's all around us, reality, exactly what it is, which is, some of it's pretty bad stuff. And as for the answers, well, we have the answer. Well, so we're just going to go like this now. And then just parrot it. But what are you going to do in the meantime? Before you get, well, should I parrot people 8 hours a day? Or I give 4 hours a day, to parroting the message. Okay, parroting the message. All right, parroting the message. I might be the one that's only looking at my own arrogance and then judging, all other people as not being groovy in my book. It's like, dude, it's phony. It's like, what are you doing? First off, you don't know me. If you knew me, you wouldn't treat me like I didn't know what the answer is. Now that's good. What is the answer then? Well, to the person who might have come to the door, that answer is something on the order of, there's a God, these people revealed the truth to us, and we have a church, and you can come to that church. Okay, well, that's groovy. That's groovy. Okay. All right. Is it a particular thing? Is it a Muhammad, or is it a Christian, a Jesus thing? Is it claiming to have answers. So I want to know what those answers are. And of course, I have heard them over and over, and I think I spoke those phrases and words and my own intelligence involved in trying to convince people, that that there's some answer. This answer is Jesus said, that you've got to do this and that and the other thing. And okay, well, and what they're saying, it has a good vibe to it. Jesus was a great, at least what we've read and imagined him to be, and then taint it with the way we look at him now as, oh, he was willing to die on the cross. He cared so much. He was so gentle. And then he died, rose again. Okay, says who? Oh, well, some people that knew him, they saw him. And he showed around. This happens, though. People go to the other side and come back. And so that there's a coming back and going to, and people that maybe have come here, or they come into people and take over their minds in a sense to get them to be thinking the kind of thoughts that they were be thinking, and then therefore they can start inserting their will, like for instance sales. Hey, get into Amway, and start looking at everybody as a client possibility, and share these great products. Share these great products and make money and save and get a lot of people doing these products, and you'll get a lot of money, in your pocket. And you can do it all from your home. You don't need to fill a store full of products. Yeah, okay. I'm getting somewhere. I'm at least owning my disowning. I'm at least saying, wait, just go sit down over here a minute, and we can talk about it, okay? I don't want to say that I'm smug. I've got the answer. I'm not doing that at all. I don't want that. Ugh. Okay, I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that.
Things no one knows about animals, but you will know today. Number 1, swans spend their entire lives with one partner. If one of them dies, the other often dies slowly from grief. Number 2, koalas have fingerprints so similar to humans that even forensic experts can struggle to tell them apart. Number 3, when a crow gets injured or is close to death, other crows in the flock attack and kill it. Number 4, the barramundi is a unique fish. It is born male but naturally transforms into a female after 2 to 3 years. Number 5, a study found that if you tickle a rat daily, it will start laughing whenever it sees you. Number 6, a scorpion can hold its breath for 6 days and survive without food for an entire year. Number 7, mosquitoes have 6 legs, 47 teeth, and they are more attracted to people with blood type O. Number 8, a butterfly can only fly when its body temperature is above 86 degrees Fahrenheit. Things no one knows about animals, but you will know today. Number 1, swans spend their entire lives with one partner.
I love these.
If he's here in 20 minutes, he gets $200.
You want to fight him?
Do me a favor, guy. Go back to your bag. We don't need anybody else getting hurt. Let's go. Watch his neck.
Yo, Rock. What'd you do? Did you leave Nick and Polly at home today?
All I'm saying is that if you need somebody to help you, I'm happy to keep your boy warm for you.
You fought before. Hey, this guy signed a waiver?
All good.
What's your name?
Tommy.
You get tuned up in here, it's on you, Tom.
Sure, no problem, no problem.
Come on in. Don't let him take you back. Don't let him take you back. Get up. Cover up. Cover up. Cover up, damn it.
You owe me $200.
If he's here in 20 minutes, he gets $200.
You want to fight him?
Do me a favor, guy. Go back to your bag. We don't need anybody else getting hurt. Let's go. Watch his neck.
Yo, Rock. What'd you do? Did you leave Nick and Polly at home today?
All I'm saying is that if you need somebody to help you, I'm happy to keep your boy warm for you.
Yeah, before. Hey, this guy sign a waiver?
All good.
What's your name?
Tommy.
You get tuned up in here, it's on you, Tommy.
Sure, no problem.
Come on in. Don't let him take you back. Don't let him take you back. Get up. Don't lose hands. Cover up. Don't lose. Cover up, damn it.
You owe me $200.
If he's here in 20 minutes,
Okay,
he
see,
gets $200.
and that's inspiring because
Do me a favor,
being
guy. Go back to
considered
your
the
bag. We don't
underdog,
need
and
anybody
yet
else
he
getting
becomes
hurt.
victorious
Let's
over
go.
the arrogant, smug.
Yo, Rock, what'd you do? Did you leave Nick and Polly at home today?
And then we got the bully that
All I'm saying
is going to pick
that
on.
if you need somebody to help you,
See,
I'm
this
happy
is
to
reality.
keep your boy warm for you.
Yeah, before. Hey,
This
guy
is
sign a waiver?
reality.
All good.
What's your name?
Fighting, image of self.
You get tuned up in here, it's on you, Tommy.
Sure, no problem.
Come on in. Don't let him take you back. Don't let him take you back. Get up. Don't lose hands. Cover up. Don't lose. Cover up, damn it.
You owe me $200.
And the victory of
If
having
he's here in 20 minutes,
Joe
beat the
Maddow's
crap out of
casually,
somebody.
who's the single most popular media figure on the left.
Yeah.
For the right, say just sort of casually, well, Elon Musk will obviously need to be separated from his companies. He can't hold government contracts going forward. How do you respond to that?
Yeah, Rachel Maddow is a crazy person. You know, she's just a frothing at the mouth, crazy fascist, basically. Dressed as sort of pretending to be a liberal. Imagine if she was in charge, actually in a position of political power. What a nightmare that would be.
Well, many would die.
Yes. So
Do you expect the pressure will lessen now that?
certainly, last time President Trump was elected, I mean, I think they tried to impeach him within like 20 minutes of him taking office.
Yes.
This time, I don't think they'll be quite as intense as last time.
Joe Maddow's sort of casually, who's the single most popular media figure on the left.
Yeah.
For the right, say just sort of casually, well, Elon Musk will obviously need to be separated from his companies. He can't hold government contracts going forward. How do you respond to that?
Yeah, Rachel Maddow is a crazy person. You know, she's just a frothing at the mouth, crazy fascist, basically. Dressed as sort of pretending to be a liberal. Imagine if she was in charge, actually in a position of political power. What a nightmare that would be.
Well, many would die.
Yes. So
Do you expect the pressure will lessen now that?
certainly, last time President Trump was elected, I mean, I think they tried to impeach him within like 20 minutes of him taking office.
Yes.
This time, I don't think they'll be quite as intense as last time.
Joe Maddow's sort of casually, who's the single most popular media figure on the left.
Yeah.
For the right, say just sort of casually, well, Elon Musk will obviously need to be separated from his companies. He can't hold government contracts going forward. How do you respond to that?
Yeah, Rachel Maddow is a crazy person. You know, she's just a frothing at the mouth, crazy fascist, basically. Dressed as sort of pretending to be a liberal. Imagine if she was in charge, actually in a position of political power. What a nightmare that would be.
Well, many would die.
Yes. So
Do you expect the pressure will lessen now that?
certainly, last time President Trump was elected, I mean, I think they tried to impeach him within like 20 minutes of him taking office.
Yes.
This time, I don't think they'll be quite as intense as last time.
Joe Maddow's sort of casually, who's the single most popular media figure on the left.
Yeah.
For the right, say just sort of casually, well, Elon Musk will obviously need to be separated from his companies. He can't hold government contracts going forward. How do you respond to that?
Yeah, Rachel Maddow is a crazy person. You know, she's just a frothing.
Crazy person. See, now, he's intelligent, right? I mean, it's assumed that because he's a trillionaire, a billionaire, that figured it all out and is succeeding at it. It's like he did good. And so we can pretty much see the clarity of the simplicity of the experience being tangible and relatable and recognized as most likely true. Yep. And so it's leading to a conclusion. It's leading to a conclusion because, again, premise number one is that we are sitting in a sea of all this stuff and we don't know who we are, why we are, or how we are, and when is short. So we have a short time here. We get thrown here, we grow up, we didn't know anything when we were babies. We just, you know, and there were breasts seemed good, you know, and people laughing and all that and looking funny. But then, you know, you start grasping stuff and start being able to focus like, oh my God, you know, what's that? And so consciousness evolves, let's use that word, it's probably the wrong word. It grows through accumulation of information and assimilation of that information, of comparing this, that, and the other thing, in order to be able to paint a picture of what represents reality and an explanation that goes along with that mental picture that describes reality, so that you can say this is truth. You know, and that, I guess, is what my big complaint has been about the Christian thing versus its predominance over the Buddhist thing, for instance. Christians are like, oh, Buddha, but that's a devil. That's a devil. You know, really? It was the devil? How was Buddha the devil? I mean, he just said he dedicated to basically praying until he knew what to do. And then that happened for him. And he learned about a whole essence of being, the way to be. That, see, I said that with a few blinks, as if a little bit of arrogance there. On the Buddha, well, see, you know, the Buddha thing, that's the truth. And right now, did I just sacrifice my life to eternal life with Jesus or God or whatever because I gave Buddha some credit, gave Buddha a little credit? He was pretty groovy, you know? Or at least, how would I know that for sure? But the story that spread about him made it so that you could hang out with him and talk about stuff, and at some point you could wake up to something that made sense. You know, the picture gestalts and it's like, oh, I get it now, you know? And what are you getting are you getting that the being or the source of being reflects or radiates through all that is, which is maybe creations within that being that is created a bunch of Play-Doh so that we all could be molding that Play-Doh as if ourselves seeking to achieve some sort of autonomy and power and meaning, and to be appreciated, to be needed or required, or grateful when you're giving of yourself. And how does one give of themselves? Is it possible that they give of themselves? See, I just saw that invitation to go on some dates. You get those dating sites. The dating sites. Okay, come on, get out of there. Just go over to what? That. What is that? Where is that coming from? Oh, it's coming from my iPad, I think. Let me look. Yeah, it is coming from my iPad. Huh, it didn't look like the same thing. I want to, I find this girl kind of funny. Okay, let's watch her for a second. I don't hear her. Why don't I hear her? Oh, because of that.
You can sit with a woman who's just had it. She can't do it all anymore. And his first response is not, I unloaded the dishwasher. But he really listens, because that's all we need. I'll show you a guy who's done a lot of work.
I'm at a place in my life where I promise you I'm not fucking dealing with anything I don't have to. I'm leaving, I'm unfriending, I'm blocking, I'm removing myself or people from situations that make me feel as though I am not respected or valued. My peace of mind is a fucking priority.
Yeah, man, she is kicking ass. That was good. I got to say something about it. Okay, hold on. Don't go nowhere.
I'm at a place in my life where I promise you
hold on.
I'm not fucking dealing with anything I don't have
Dang
to.
it.
I'm leaving, I'm I'm blocking, I'm removing myself or people from situations that make me feel as though I am not respected or valued.
Right. Well,
my peace of mind is a fucking priority.
Boy, see, now look, you could say because she was cussing, we as Christians wouldn't be using such foul language as that. Oh, okay. All right. Okay, see, so there's a smug superiority. Now, it might be true. It might just be true. Might just be true. That we got to watch our language. Could she say it in such a way? But, I appreciated that her saying it that way showed that has had it enough of the judgments and the superior, smug preaching at her as if she's not enough, she's not good enough. And she's taking a stand and going, boy, just, that's not the way to be. You can't be putting me down. So I like it. I liked it. And I forgive her. Now, is she going to go to heaven? Well, where else is she going to go? You probably go to where you want to be. There's another fave of mine, but I don't see that she's doing anything other than slideshow. This girl's good. She was a nurse in the hospital when I was doing a sleep test. And I got to know her, and she's like Mother Earth and outside, almost like a 60s, outside of the norm intellectually, with more of an exploratory, spiritual significance of karma, the descriptions of the world apart from the Christian view. NASA's Artemis II mission, which is the first crewed mission around the moon since Apollo, set for September 2025, back to the moon. Okay, they're trying to make up for the fact that they didn't go to the moon. It was all staged in some huge warehouse with green screens and fake, video footage. Amazing, amazing. That's what it is, 'cause I am so amazed. Now, this is very interesting to me. Where is that coming from? Okay, I can see that. Now, how did I get that? Where did that come from? Oh, it's right there. Okay, it's showing in the background. It's showing in the background what's on my my monitor system. So that is what's in my iPad. This is my iPad, so I could literally go to someone else. Here's somebody. Oh, Johnny Payne. I want to go there. This guy is an incredible, creative person. And one of the many of his creations is killer speakers, from doing for concerts or whatever. He has got the amazing. Oh boy. Okay. Tesseract. See, we're sharing information. We're all learning here. We all are living here and leaving a footprint. Leaving a footprint. Leaving a footprint. Are we valid or are we invalid? Well, I don't want to be invalid. I just want to be recognized or respected, or join with me in the pursuit of seeking what might be termed the answers to what all of this is and who we are and where we're going and life as we know it. This is what's real. Yeah, see, there's some veil that exists between people in the minds, in our own minds, in this absolute knowing or recognition. So we're all here starting from a place of ignorance and learning as we go. Now we've created, now I say we, or humanity, out of humanity's intelligence as a whole, and then broke down into the parts of where those who are thinking about such things are making things that are incredible. And wow, we are entering a whole new world. And with AI being born into the world now on a digital level, we're, there's a prophecy in Daniel chapter 12, verse 4, I think that's where it is, exactly, that the truth would become, people would wander about in the last days, and the abundant knowledge will be true, or something. Boy, how come I can't remember that thing? Well, anyway, because I'm seeking to understand it from a different perspective or different position towards it. And, it stands on its own. And if I like it, I do. If I don't like it. But whatever, we're all seeking knowledge, truth, to know, to understand, and to have some kind of received a conviction of who you are and what it is. And in fact, even if you do get it, I'm wondering whether it just is transitory and we're just back to this open mind. That's what's happening right now. In the moment, every single moment, we're here looking out at the world and going, okay, what am I going to do next? Oh, I gotta get the damn laundry out. Shoot. And I do. I left that. Well, it should be done by now. And I don't even want to tell you how bad of a mistake I just made. I needed to dry something, one thing, so that, and I got to go get it because I wanted the wrinkles to get out of it so I could lay it on the round table so it would look really nice because it was all wrinkled. And I threw it in the dryer, and I'll just go upstairs, come back down, take it out, should be ready. Well, that was, an hour ago? Okie dokie, folks. Well, I screwed up. And I screwed up because I did all that talking, and I wasn't over here in the other window of my OBS streaming system. And, but I'm learning stuff. I'm learning. Here's a gal. She likes to smile a lot. I think she likes to consider that she's just the cat's pajamas. And she is, I think. Let's see, can you see her? Did you see her? How, isn't that interesting that, there we go. Uh-oh, what happened? That's not her, but who is that? She must be somebody also that is, yeah, Holly. I was always so anxious when I was young, but after 2 decades of hard work, therapy, and medication, oh God, and psychiatric therapy, I'm no longer young. Okay. Like really anxious. Okay. Okay, now who do we have here tonight at the Wallace Lounge? Oh, well, that was a quick show, wasn't it? Okay. Then we have the creature, Steve Solomon. He's a friend of mine. I did a concert with him one time. Steve. And he became a hermit, and he also became into digital art and has been creating fabulous surrealistic art. Steve. Dude, that's it, man. I'm going to have to tell him. Looking at your genius. There we go. Wow, Steve.
Santa Claus is coming to town. Santa Claus is coming to town. Santa Claus is coming to town.
Man, that's my friend Steve. He's excellent. Nice. Well, so Steve, let's see, I should say it. I should be able to do it like this. Hit that button, and then I hit a button, don't I? Isn't there a button I can hit and it... Feeling the same way. I was just thinking in my mind how to even get together with you, because you're the genius in the room working on your multiplicity of marvelous creations. All right, okay, there we go. Prints it out. I hit the go button. There we go. There's my pal Steve. Hey, yeah, we haven't seen each other because, like I say, he's a hermit. And it's like, well, no, Dan, I'm not ready to see anybody right now. Oh, okay. You don't like me? I'm sure it's not that, but, I should go like this, and that way you can't see them. But then you don't see that. So I want you to see the whole kit and caboodle, okay? There I am. Boom, 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 boom. Yeah. Wow, I know who to contact if I need my ego boosted. Well, I would like to sit at your feet and just gander and marvel and ask questions and explore together with you the diversity of creative forms of art and communication. And I'm into the communication one, but totally appreciate the art thing, being an artist myself. Okay, did we send? It's in the way. Why is it in the way? How can I send it? How do I send it? I got you, baby, and I know what I'm doing. Hey, 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 yeah. I always wonder about that foo, 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 thing, where that came from. Want that groove thing back. Oh, Cindy. Oh, yeah, yeah. Oh, set me loose. Very creative. She's a blonde. Oh, and this guy is an amazing vocalist. Dang it, I lost it. What happens to the vocals? How come I don't see where to hit it? Stop, 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 and then hit some little hidden thing that has the sound. I mean, I just had sound there, so what the heck is wrong now? I'm going to switch it over there and it looks a little bit better. Anyway, this guy, can't think of his name, CJ. Yeah, Walmer. Didn't know the Walmer. I did a gig with him in a band called, crap. And I think he's moved on. Anyway, got his own thing. This guy, wow. He's really got it all. He's very talented and professional, wow, professional. So his ways he is going good. Good for you, CJ. Okay, here's a friend of mine. I know this guy, and see, he was talking about what I was just talking about, the Rothschilds, and let's go back to that and just look at that for a second. They stole that land. Okay, the land of the Rothschilds, called Israel, is not the land, let's get back to that, is not the land God gave to the Jews. They stole that land from Palestine. I love that moment when a conversation makes you realize neither of you were wrong. You just saw things from different perspectives. That's what real communication is about, understanding not being right. That's what I've been saying. That's what this whole day's worth of recording and all that is about. I'm like having precognitive, though the door is shut towards me projecting into the future of its use. Ouch. The bad guys. Jeez, they got the sound working though. Hey, hey, hey. Okay. Groovy, baby, groovy. I don't know if there was any written thing, but that was a great use of music and looking at the pictures of Biden's evil. Okay, the end of the New World Order is near. The end of the New World Order. The end of the New World Order. Well, that's to get rid of the Rothschilds and all that, because they become the bad guys. They are the bad guys. It's really disgusting. Okay, well, how come we don't hear any music or anything? What's the matter with them? No, here's the little snappy dog, Fawn Cardinal. She is groovy. She's so used to being a model that she basically walks around with her phone all day looking at herself in the mirror, and then engaging with her pet poodles and dogs and all that. And, so she has sharing her beauty, really. Sharing her beauty. Sharing her beauty. trying to get free. That's what I'm trying to do. Trying to get to where I can be with what this is now, what it's revealed itself to me, even though I've thought about it for years. Okay, folks, you did good, girls. Okay. You know, we're all here. We don't. Ow! Can you turn that down a little bit? Oh my God! Yeah. It's too damn loud. I want to hear it again, though. That was fun. Let's do it. Come on. Boom. Yeah. Man, that was fun. Okay, I'm getting it dialed in. I know got a little loud there and I kind of screwed up, but it's going good. I like all, okay, we're just looking at people. Why aren't we hearing him? See what happens here. Oh no. It becomes the darkest before it becomes the light. Shred music, Joe Stump, Sneak Attack. You can't, I like him, but I'm not hearing anything. So there, oh wait, there it is. Boom. Oh yeah. Yeah, I wonder if it shows up. Where is it? Let's see if I can do that. I just wrote on it. I could just go. Where's the place where you type? Shred. All right. It's good. All right. Here's this guy. He looks like he's talented. Got 2 guitars. Which, you know, great. We're all seeking to create something different, something new. Oh. Yeah, baby, come on. Jeez. Where is it? How come I'm not seeing it? All right, there it is. Sorry about that. that's a track that the extra guitars. Wow. That was groovy. Dude, you're the new. The new. I got to make sure I'm a friend of his. How do I do that? How do I make you my friend? Comment, share. How do you do it? Or is he already my friend? Copy link. Okay. Just going to do it, copy it for the hell of it. I mean, copy code. Okay, so copy and paste this code into your website. Wow. I got to remember who the heck this guy is. Why am I being so defunctly deficient at knowing how to make this guy a friend? Weird, isn't it? Oh, what's that? Okay, it's a link. Okay, boom, boom. But, all right, dang it. Sheesh, well, that guy's going to be heard from again. I'm going to share it just to... What's wrong with my dang? playing for a minute while I try to figure out what's going on here. Man, this guy was great. Now, I still have him right there. So how do I need you to be my friend. I don't see that anywhere. So how come I'm seeing it but not knowing where to connect? The whole thing is screwing up. So, well, then I'm going to go play this one. There he is.
Crazy fascist, basically.
Yeah, who?
Dressed as sort of pretending to be a liberal. Imagine if she was in charge, actually in a position of political power. What a nightmare that would be.
Well, many would die.
Yes. So.
Do you expect the pressure will lessen now that...
Certainly, last time President Trump was elected, I mean, I think they tried to impeach him within like 20 minutes of him taking office.
Yes.
This time, I don't think they'll be quite as intense as last time.
Joe Maddow sort of casually, who's the single most popular media figure on the left.
Yeah.
For the record, say, just sort of casually, well, Elon Musk will obviously need to be separated from his companies. He can't hold government contracts going forward. How do you respond to that?
Yeah, Rachel Maddow is a crazy person. You know, she's just frothing at the mouth, crazy fascist, basically. Dressed as sort of pretending to be a liberal. Imagine if she was in charge, actually in a position of political power. What a nightmare that would be.
Well, many would die.
Yes. So.
Do you expect the pressure will lessen now that...
Certainly, last time President Trump was elected, I mean, I think they tried to impeach him within like 20 minutes of him taking office.
Yes.
This time, I don't think they'll be quite as intense as last time.
Joe Maddow sort of casually, who's the single most popular media figure on the left.
Yeah.
For the record, say, just sort of casually, well, Elon Musk will obviously need to be separated from his companies. He can't hold government contracts going forward. How do you respond to that?
Yeah, Rachel Maddow is a crazy person. You know, she's just frothing at the mouth, crazy fascist, basically. Dressed as sort of pretending to be a liberal. Imagine if she was in charge, actually in a position of political power. What a nightmare that would be.
People don't really understand how hard it was for Anatoly to go from working on a farm to becoming one of the most famous fitness stars in the world. Anatoly, also known as Vladimir, grew up in a village without access to a gym. He got inspired by videos of American bodybuilders. He built his own gym at home using old tractor parts, wood, and bricks. Despite his skinny frame and the skepticism from those around him, including teachers who doubted his potential, Anatoly was determined to succeed. He balanced working on the farm during the day with lifting weights late into the night. When he got into university, Anatoly's routine became even more grueling. This intense schedule nearly led to his expulsion. However, his fortunes changed when one of his videos went viral. Seizing the opportunity, Anatoly began filming his workouts day and night, eventually launching a popular prank series. His newfound success allowed him to do everything he dreamed of, like the video, If You Love Anatoly. People don't really understand how hard it was for Anatoly to go from working on a farm to becoming one of the most famous fitness stars in the world. Anatoly, also known as Vladimir, grew up in a village without access to a gym. He got inspired by videos of American bodybuilders. He built his own gym at home using old tractor parts, wood, and bricks. Despite his skinny frame and the skepticism from those around him, including teachers who doubted his potential, Anatoly was determined to succeed. He balanced working on the farm during the day with lifting weights late into the night. When he got into university, Anatoly's routine became even more grueling. This intense schedule nearly led to his expulsion. However, his fortunes changed when one of his videos went viral. Seizing the opportunity, Anatoly began filming his workouts day and night, eventually launching a popular prank series. His newfound success allowed him to do everything he dreamed of, like the video, If You Love Anatoly. People don't really understand how hard it was for Anatoly to go from working on a farm to becoming one of the most famous fitness stars in the world. Anatoly, also known as Vladimir, grew up in a village without access to a gym. He got inspired by videos of American bodybuilders. He built his own gym at home using old tractor parts, wood, and bricks. Despite his skinny frame and the skepticism from those around him, including teachers who doubted his potential, Anatoly was determined to succeed. He balanced working on the farm during the day with lifting weights late into the night. When he got into university, Anatoly's routine became even more grueling. This intense schedule nearly led to his expulsion. However, his fortunes changed when one of his videos went viral. Seizing the opportunity, Anatoly began filming his workouts day and night, eventually launching a popular prank series. His newfound success allowed him to do everything he dreamed of, like the video, If You Love Anatoly. People don't really understand how hard it was for Anatoly to go from working on a farm to becoming one of the most famous fitness stars in the world. Anatoly, also known as Vladimir, grew up in a village without access to a gym. He got inspired by videos of American bodybuilders. He built his own gym at home using old tractor parts, wood, and bricks. Despite his skinny frame and the skepticism from those around him, including teachers who doubted his potential, Anatoly was determined to succeed. He balanced working on the farm during the day with lifting weights late into the night. When he got into university, Anatoly's routine became even more grueling. This intense schedule
I
nearly
never
led to
knew
his
the guy
expulsion.
behind the story.
Facts about animals.
So,
The medical emergency.
People don't
it's good
really
to know.
understand.
How do I stop? I got to figure out how to do some stuff here. Okay, I like the video, and now I want to make, do I want to make a comment? Okay, maybe so, because that's what I was thinking, that I needed to be able to say, I'm so glad to know the story now, and put a face, name, and life of. There we go. That was what I'm saying. Now, thing is, can you see it? Can you see it? Let's see. Hold on then. I got to be aware of these details. Now you can see what I said, which is, I'm so glad to know the story now, and put a face, name, and life of. Yeah, that's great. See, and he doesn't look like a massive bodybuilder type, really, you know, and that's what gets him to shock the heck out of people. Yep, very
Facts
nice.
about the medical emergency on a flight, and they made that call, is there a doctor on board? And I was faced with the moment like, okay, do I volunteer? Do I just stay quiet? I don't know what to do, but I volunteered. And it turned out that a young gentleman was going into anaphylactic shock. His throat was closing up due to an allergy. And I wasn't worried. I said, where's your EpiPen? He said, I don't have one. I didn't even know I had this allergy. So I asked the pilot, can we land? Pilot says, well, it's an hour and a half back to Canada and an hour to Portugal, some island in Portugal. That's not enough time. His throat's closing. He's going to die in 5 minutes. So I'm like, what can I do? So I opened the plane's emergency kit thinking there's going to be some epinephrine in there or an EpiPen, and there's no EpiPen. And I'm like, okay, what do I do now? There's no internet when you're over the Atlantic Ocean, so there's nothing to Google. But I'm finding that there is epinephrine, which is the same medicine that is found in an EpiPen, in a different formulation, in a different dosage for a cardiac arrest. So when someone's heart stops, we also give the same medicine if they're flatline, if they have a specific rhythm, to try and restart the heart. So it's a much thicker needle, much longer, not those cute little EpiPen needles that just go into the side of your thigh. And I said, okay, well, I need to do some rough calculations here and just guesstimate here, because otherwise he's going to lose his life. And right there in the first class cabin, we take off his pants, we inject him with this huge needle. He's screaming. There's like a little bit of blood coming out. I inject the medicine. I'm praying that it's working. And fast forward that story, I stayed with him for 8 hours for the rest of that flight until he landed. We didn't need to divert. I checked his blood pressure and pulse every 15 to 30 minutes, and we saved his life. And you think that would be the end of it? You're like, look at that. I did my doctor job, and that's it.
Facts about
A medical emergency.
Facts about animals that will blow your mind. Number 1, the heaviest parrot in the world, the kakapo, is so heavy it can't even fly. It weighs about as much as a cat. Number 2, the American kangaroo rat never drinks water. Number 3, the eagle is a powerful bird capable of carrying up to 6 kilograms of weight into the sky, which is a record in itself. Number 4, the ostrich's legs are so strong that it can crush lions with them. Number 5, snakes with 2 heads sometimes end up fighting each other for food. Number 6, a parrot can take off with such speed that it could cross Delhi from one side to the other in just 50 minutes. Number 7, an elephant never forgets a friend or an enemy. Number 8, out of all the fish on Earth, the dolphin is the only one capable of imitating humans. Number 9, mosquitoes don't just bite you. After drawing your blood, they also urinate on your skin. Facts about animals that will blow your mind. Number 1, the heaviest...
They do what? Okay, folks, I'm done for the moment. What I realized today is that somehow I get into the flow, like I'm talking to you as I'm surfing the net, and then all the spaces in between of all this, I'm working on my spiritual, metaphysical, mystical experience that I'm having, with many deja vus, many in my mind layers that are touching each other, so that I can go from the here I am in the world, that emptiness, that need to discover and to know and do something in order to survive. And all of this is like made up. We're just making it up, going for it, and discovering who we are. And that's what I'm doing. That process, and I will spend time going over this and adding to it until I've got the perfect description of what life is, who we are, where we're going, and what do we have to do with anything. But yeah, getting answers. I've been everything from a born-again Christian to a religious sect of, very strict, let's say, but not, but true, at the same time. They were cool. But I had to go on my path, individual path, which led me through the development of clairvoyance, the studying of psychic phenomenon, and learning how to become a practicing psychic. And then there was the love and bringing the new world, the old original world of love and God and everything, and trying to bring it into this world. But then I sinned, or at least in my mind I sinned, and it ended my journey, scraping on the bottom, like shut out of heaven, shut out of home, rejected. But I didn't stop thinking, and I'm feeling really clear now, and not perfectly clear, but there's something I can contribute that just my analysis, my presence is working on understanding and growing and finding explanations of things that resolve that angst inside. The angst inside, yeah. I mean, why am I here? What am I supposed to be doing? Who am I? Who are you? How are we supposed to be? What is the truth? What does all this mean? You know, I'm trying to answer all those questions. And you could be a part of that too. Nice chatting with you.